Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Chicago Cubs. The Cubbies are looking to collect their 8th win in a row next. Kyle Hendricks gets the starting nod for the Cubs in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, you always like to begin the season on a good note. In his first start of the year, he did just that, picking up the win. There's nothing he'd like to do more than to get number 2 in this one here.
Coming to the plate now, Starling Marte. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. That's softly hit to right. Will that get down? Oh, and he misses it. So that'll go down as an E4, as he certainly had his problems that time at second base. And that'll bring in the middle infielder, Ketel Marte. His matchup numbers with Hendricks. He's just 2 for 9. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Here's the two-seam fastball that bears in a bit too tight. It's ball 4.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Into the bleachers and gone. So a 3-run shot to right center field. First home run of the campaign for him, as the D-backs have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he's looked pretty shaky from the first pitch, and things just kind of spiraled out of control from there. I think these guys smelled blood in the water, and they punctuated with a 3-run job and an early lead.
Into the box now, David Peralta. Swing, and this is also hit well out to deep center. That one's out of here. Back-to-back home runs. A solo shot that time for the former pitcher David Peralta. First home run of the campaign for him, and the Diamondbacks have stretched their lead now to 4-0.
Man, you could see the center fielder tracking the ball the entire way. He thought he had it, and he might tell you he should have had it, but he just couldn't bring it back into the yard. Sometimes it's a game of inches, folks.
Standing in now, Christian Walker. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. Dan, Dero, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in unbeaten and playing well here in the early going.
You know, Matty, the season's such a grind, and you fight so hard day in, day out, and you're playing against the best players in the world, so you know you're going to lose some games coming out of spring training. To get on a roll where you win 7 in a row, a week of everything coming together, that's a special feeling.
Well, that's 3 straight hits he surrendered now, and it's looking like they may have to consider turning the bullpen a lot sooner than they'd hoped to. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Walker gets his lead at first, nobody out. Into the box, Cole Calhoun. All even now, 2-2. Fouled off. Rizzo is there. And this will wind up working as a sacrifice as he steps on first, allowing the runner to move into second. With that, the batting order for the visiting Arizona Diamondbacks. Mark, what do they have to do to take down a very hot team here on the road?
Yeah, you take a look at this lineup they're running out today, and they got their work cut out for them with the sinker baller on the mound on the opposition side. They're going to have to see the ball up. They're going to have to work the home plate umpire. Can't be given 4 to 6 inches off the inside half, or he's going to have a field day pounding that sinker in there. Should be interesting to see right out of the chute if he's got the good one or not.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes.
Interesting pitch selection right there, in off the plate. Not too many pitchers in the game want to go in there and risk hitting the guy and letting him get on first base free of charge.
Baez fields it cleanly, and there's out number 2. Up next for Arizona, Carson Kelly. And now the Diamondbacks look to push more across in the opening frame. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. D-backs out in front, 4-0. Luke Weaver, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Fastball just missed above the zone. Well, guys, these Diamondbacks, as they begin play, they continue to fall on hard times, losing again last time out, and that makes 7 losses in their last 8 games.
Yeah, Matty, they got to find a way to put yesterday behind them. They got pounded without question, but today is a new day, and they regroup and grind and try and do the little things to try and win this ball game.
And that's out number 1. And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, of course, you have to like what Anthony Rizzo brings to this offense. He had over 90 RBIs last year. What a great season, but I think he could do even better. His goal this year, I think it's got to be 100 runs batted in. He's that kind of a hitter.
At the plate now, Chris Bryant. 2-1. And set up behind the dish is Gary Simmons, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
You know, Dero, Gary Simmons, he's one of those umpires. He'll give you one thing or the other. At times his zone can be a little wide, and then he's a little more strict north and south, but he's a pretty consistent umpire.
The key, Dan, is be consistent. You want to give him the inside half, I'm okay with that, but then you can't give him away. If you're going to stay east-west, you better pick one side.
Stepping into the box, Javier Baez. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. A ball and 2 strikes now.
That swing looked kind of out of control to me. Looked like he was trying to dial 9, but when you're down by 4 runs early in the game, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
The 1-2 is a breaking ball that can't find the zone, and it's even at 2.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
Skied into very shallow right. Calhoun is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Cubs are down in order. They're down 4-0. Into the box, Josh Rojas. He was among the many who failed to record a base hit in the loss yesterday. Lined hard toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out.
The center fielder, number 2, Starling.
So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up Starling Marte. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
He's looking a lot sharper and has settled in here in the second inning. It'd be hard not to, because that first inning was pretty much a mess. But I give him credit for letting it go and making some really good adjustments.
So now to the plate, Ketel Marte. Hard on the ground toward short. There's Baez. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Diamondbacks down in order. They lead it 4-0. Stepping in, Kyle Schwarber. He was one of the stars from yesterday's game as he had 3 hits in the victory.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
The 1-2.
I got the count. 2-2.
Hey, this has been an epic at-bat right here. I don't blame the pitcher for a little nibbling right there. Maybe get a swing and a miss. He didn't bite on that one, so now we go full count.
And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
And that at-bat will put a smile on any manager's face. The pitch total of the opposing pitcher just keeps going higher and higher, and he still couldn't put him away. So this inning is off to a good start for the guys carrying the sticks.
The 2-1 home. Waves and misses for strike number 2. Here now the 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And hey, a strikeout always works too.
Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes.
You're lucky if you get 1 pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Runners on the move for second. So this is pulled in by the shortstop. And now a throw to first, and they got him. Never really had a chance with the hit and run on as he gets doubled up on the line drive. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Eduardo Escobar. He'll start things out against Kyle Hendricks as we get the inning underway. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Hasn't seen a heater yet in this at-bat. One might be coming right here.
Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Here now the 2-2.
We got a full count.
Fouled away. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game as the Diamondbacks have extended their lead now 5-0. So that was the 3rd home run for these guys today.
Dan, they're absolutely not going to cover off the ball. I'm curious to get your take on this. I didn't find it to be the truth. I didn't mind hitting at night, but a lot of guys say they see the ball better during the day.
You know what's funny, D-Row, is I preferred to pitch in night games as opposed to day games. I always thought it was advantage to the hitter, and so far that looks like it's the case in this one right here. They must be seeing the ball really well because they're just absolutely smoking the baseball right now.
Up next to the Diamondbacks.
Into the box now, Christian Walker. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Hit back up the middle. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting. The right
Cole
fielder.
Calhoun will stand in now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. The 1-2. And it's fouled away. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. But the D-backs tack on courtesy of this solo home run. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's the Diamondbacks 5 and the Cubs nothing. Coming to the plate now, Ian Happ, and his guys have quite a hill to climb, down 5-zip here in the early going. And this is taken for a called strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now. Now a cutter down around his shoe tops as he hops out of the way.
Most good pitchers know that they have to work inside and sometimes even come off the plate to keep hitters from getting comfortable up there. I think that was part of the intent with that last pitch.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Batting in.
So in now for Chicago, Victor Caratini, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. And that misses. 2-1. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. This is line to left, and that's the first hit in this one for the Cubbies.
Man, I watched Chipper Jones for years, one of the best switch hitters of all time, work on his craft under the tunnel. It's not easy to put the time in, but bottom line is, one of the reasons why they do it is the ability to work the whole field. Clearly, he's been putting in that work, and it paid off right there.
A 1-1.
Nope.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
3-1 now, and I think he wanted to know where that one was.
Call didn't go his way on 2-1, but it's important here on 3-1 to still make a quality pitch. You have to have the mindset that you're still the one in the driver's seat.
And the count will be full. And he takes ball 4, so a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order. Stepping up now, Anthony Rizzo. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Lifted the other way to left center. After it is Peralta. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. Now to the plate, Chris Bryant. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the 3rd. A ball and a strike now to Bryant.
Wow, not sure what you're looking for right there, but that one was pretty much middle center cut. Tough pitch to take.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Full count now, 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
And that's 2 free passes in the 3rd inning alone, so you have to wonder if maybe it's something mechanical or if it's just psychological. Got to get back on track here.
So our situation has the bases loaded, 2 men out, and into bat next the versatile weapon Javier Baez. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
Hey, that's the kind of swing you'd like to see a guy take with the bases loaded. He's going for the downs.
And that's going to be high. 2-2 now.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
Good changeup in the dirt. Strike three. And a good throw is in time, and they escape the jam. A couple of walks, but no damage. More from the show. Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Start of the fourth upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney is standing by with a report.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Torey Lovello about the Diamondbacks' offensive production. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. Not only have they already put up a bunch of runs on the board, but they've also made the opposing starter work very hard. His pitch count is high, so it seems they'll be getting into the bullpen sooner rather than later.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. All set for the start of the inning. Now in the box, Seth Beer. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Popped him up. Bryant in foul ground. Makes the play, 1 away. Now batting, Carson Kelly. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. Hit sharply on the ground and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
Yeah, and you can take a look at his numbers here. With that 1-out single, he's flirting with a little trouble here again. You'd like to see him find a way to get out of this inning and battle for another inning or so, but you also don't want him to give up a big number.
Stepping in now, Josh Rojas. Sliced down the left side, but foul. 5 runs, 5 hits. No errors so far for the Diamondbacks. 3-2 now. Now a shot toward the gap in left center. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
That's the difference in today's games. Pitchers will throw any pitch in any count, but the batter was able to deliver on a 3-2 breaking ball.
Digging in next will be Starling Marte. He hits here in a spot where he might be able to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, Matt, down 5, another run across here could very well put the nail in the coffin. Mentally, they might still feel like they've got a shot if they can get out of this jam, though.
So 2 are gone now in the Diamondbacks' 4th, and that'll bring up the infielder Ketel Marte. And the second run will score as this suddenly is now a 7-0 ball game.
Boy, Dero, talk about so close but yet so far. 1 strike from getting out of this inning, but a big 2-run base hit right there.
Yeah, that batter was able to control his emotions. Not a guy who fears going deep in the count right there, and he was able to come through.
To the plate now, Eduardo Escobar. And this one's in the dirt, and he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away as that'll be scored a wild pitch. And he fouls this one off. 7 runs, an equal number of hits, no errors so far for the Diamondbacks. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Eduardo Escobar.
Wow, these guys are really grinding out their at-bats in this one. They're not making any outs easy to get, and that, of course, is having a huge impact on the pitch count.
The next 3-2. There's ball 4. So here's the cleanup hitter for Arizona, David Peralta. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. 2-1 to count. Now this pitch is lined into left center field. That's a base hit. The relay, and he's safe.
Yeah, they've already pushed 8 runs across, and it's still early. I'm not sure what the answer is. At this point, you might just consider...
In now, Christian Walker breaks his bat as this one's popped up, and he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the inning. So they pick up 3 runs on 4 hits here, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Arizona's on top, 8-0. Ready. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And there's one down now. So one away here in the Chicago 4th. And that'll bring up Jorge Soler to hit next. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
Inside with the fastball, and he works the base on ball.
Now batting. Right
So
fielder.
striding in, Jason Hayward. Here now the 2-2. He pulls this one into right. But this will not get out there deep enough as it's run down by the right fielder in the alley for the second out.
Now batting. Center fielder.
Now at the plate, Ian Happ. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
Popped up. Marte's got it, and the side is retired. 1 left for the Cubs. They're on the short end of an 8-0 score. Adbert Alzolay gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys.
Alzolay.
All ready to go in the top of the 5th. Ready now for the Diamondbacks. Cole Calhoun. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. A bouncer up the middle. Baez has it, and the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Now batting. The designated hitter, Seth.
At the plate, Seth Beer. In his last at-bat, he popped out in foul ground.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to make an adjustment right here. His swing definitely broke down, dropped his back shoulder, and thus the result was a terrible pop-up foul.
Schwarber is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2.
The batter, the catcher.
Digging in to try it again, Carson Kelly. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Fouled off. Right side. Rizzo is there. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. So 1-2-3 go the Diamondbacks as it remains an 8-0 ball game. Welcome back to the north side of Chicago, back here at Wrigley Field as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he told me he'd like to see a lot more aggressiveness in their at-bats the rest of the game. He said the problem is they're allowing themselves to fall behind in the count way too often, which is forcing them to constantly be in protect mode and swing at bad pitches. A lot of their outs have come from at-bats where they've fallen behind, so the focus going forward needs to be about being the aggressor early in the at-bats.
Thank you, Heidi.
You take a look at the numbers up to this point, you see he's only given up 2 hits so far today, so he's been hitting his spots all game long. Remains to be seen if he can keep that shutout intact going forward, but I'm not betting against him.
And as the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. He drew a base on balls his first time up. And he'll lay off a fastball up in the zone here, and that brings it to 2-1 now. And now some action in that Arizona bullpen, as it looks like they'll have both a lefty and a righty up to throw. Lifted the other way out to left center. Marte is there, and he has it for the first out. Anthony Rizzo stands in now.
44, Anthony Rizzo.
Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. He's fallen behind now. 3-1. Chris Bryant waits on deck. He's set. Here's the 3-1. And a fastball misses there. Ball 4.
Well, they've struggled offensively in this one so far, but after that walk, they've got runners at first and second and look ready to make a little noise. Just need a big hit now.
Here's Chris Bryant now. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
Made him look silly with that one.
In the dirt here, and a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. First and second now, one man out. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Hey, struggling to find the release point of that curveball. That wasn't a very good one. Somehow he's just got to find that feel because that's a pitch he's going to need going forward.
And he misses again as the command is definitely letting him down now. It's ball 4.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Alex Young is called upon to pitch, really needing that double play ball. Bases are loaded here with only one man out. Here it comes on 1-1. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
Wow, talk about frustrating. Not what you want to do with the bases loaded. A simple pop-up, and nothing productive comes out of that.
So here's the cleanup hitter. Kyle Schwarber comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Loud contact there, but it's well fouled. Fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. And it's fouled away. The 2-2 one more time is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Cubs wind up leaving them loaded. Still 8-0. Striding in once again, Josh Rojas. He's 1 for 2 in this one. And he goes the other way as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to left. First home run of the campaign for him as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
Hey, listen, there's an old adage in baseball that solo home runs won't kill you. This is one of the top hitters in that lineup. So a home run, a solo home run right here is not the end of the world.
Into the box now, Starling Marte. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. takes this the other way to right. But this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out. Stepping in, Ketel Marte. He singled his last time up. 3 balls and a strike to count to the Diamondbacks shortstop.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher.
Here's the two-seam fastball that bears in a bit too tight. It's ball 4. Eduardo Escobar will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game as he was off to a fast start indeed. Here now the 2-2. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. And he fouls this one off. That misses, and it's going to set up a big pitch now. 3-2.
You can certainly tell at bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher, but you got to find a way to stay composed and execute your plan.
On to Rizzo, and it's a double play. Side retired, but the D-backs tack on courtesy of this solo home run. On to the bottom of the 6th. It's the D-backs 9 and the Cubs nothing.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Peralta going back. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now batting, right fielder.
So that'll bring up Jason Hayward. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. The 1-1. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. Throw to first will get him as they pounce on it quickly to snuff out the bunt attempt.
Well, you know, he had a good idea right there. The infield was playing back, but it's not going to work out for him this time. That's a nice play to react, and they take care of him at first.
2 away now for the Cubs in the 6th, and that'll bring up the former first-rounder and Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. Swing and a ball hit high in the air, deep down the left field line. This has plenty of carry, and that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. Lifted in the air to center field. Marte is under it, and that's the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're looking up at a 9-0 deficit. Brandon Morrow comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. So striding forward now, David Peralta. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. High in the air down the right field line. And now this will get over the wall down the line out there for a ground rule double.
Well, that will bring a smile to a manager's face every single time. First hitter of the inning just squares it up and bounces it over the fence. Even if it stays in the yard, that's a double either way.
At the plate now, Christian Walker. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And it's a foul ball. The 1-2. Out into right center. Well hit. He's in at second safely as a run will score on the play as well.
Sometimes it's hard to explain when a game is this lopsided. A lot of things just kind of snowball on you. One thing leads to another, a big hit, which leads to another, some bad defense, some shoddy pitching. Next thing you know, you look up and you're on the wrong side of a whole lot of badness.
Into the box, Cole Calhoun. Can't catch the corner away with the fastball. It's 2-1. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
And when you're already down by a bunch, this is where a guy's got to take some responsibility out there and at least start throwing some strikes.
A little late on this one as it's lifted the other way down the left field line. Schwarber moves over near the line as he puts it away for the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Next will be the designated hitter, Seth Beer, and he hasn't quite had the same fortune at the plate as many of his teammates. No hits for him so far. The 1-2. Popped him up. Caratini waits on it. 2 down.
Now
settling in now, Carson Kelly, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. The 1-1. Here's a ball for Rizzo over at first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over.
Ladies and gentlemen,
One for the Diamondbacks on the RBI double. Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. It's the Diamondbacks 10 and the Cubs nothing.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Here now the 2-2. Grounded down the third baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. And another foul ball. Here's another 2-2. A bouncer to the left side. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. So coming to the plate, Jason Kipnis. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. 1-1. Here it comes. A bouncer to the left side. Oh, what a dive. He goes to first. What a play. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Anthony Rizzo. No hits to this point. Fouled off. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. Oh, and it eats him up a bit.
Yeah, and with 2 outs, the pitcher was mentally in the dugout already. Now he's got to regroup and find a way to get out of this. Hard not to feel for the guy.
Digging in next will be Chris Bryant. It was a walk in his last trip. The 1-1 is laid off of down and in.
Count is 2-1.
Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2.
That swing had one purpose, and that was to put the ball over the wall. I guess he doesn't have much to lose with his team down this many at this point in the game.
Still 2-2. High and deep down the left field line. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. He's set. Here's the 2-2.
We got a full count.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas. So when you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches, you're more likely to get a good pitch to hit or at least force him out of the game.
The next 3-2. And he takes ball 4 again. And they clearly just don't want any part of him in this one.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Javier Baez.
Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Baez is a .270 hitter. A respectable number he'll look to improve upon in this at. Two men are on with two men out. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Hit down the third baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Another full count pitch home, and he misses again. Ball 4, and that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
Up next to the Cubs.
So digging in now, Kyle Schwarber. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Swing and a ground ball, and this should get him out of it. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. This one pretty well in the bag. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Diamondbacks. Dylan Maples enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Number 36, Dylan.
Striding into the box, Josh Rojas. He's 2 for 3 with a home run and a double. Fouled away. The 1-2. This is pulled into right. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Around second now and headed for third. And he is into third base with a triple. His third hit this afternoon.
The center fielder, Starling.
Man,
Marquez.
A runner in scoring position with none out. So now to the plate, Starling Marte. And this ball is popped up, drifting back behind the mound. Maples will do this himself, and that's the first out.
The bat, number 4. Shortstop.
Ready now, Ketel Marte. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now, 3-2. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
High in the air out to center field. Happ is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. One left. At the plate, Jorge Soler. Well, the reliever remains in the game here, having pitched very well, but this is a longer outing than what he's used to.
It is, Matt, and I really tip my cap to him for gutting this thing out right now. On the other side, I worry they're being a little bit too greedy by leaving him out there. There are options left in the pen, and it would be a shame if all his hard work got undone because he started making some mistakes in location due to fatigue. Hey, it's tough when your team is being held scoreless on the scoreboard. He was trying to put him on the board with a swing like that one.
Full count, 3-2. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Marte comes on now, and he has it one down. Stepping up to the plate, Jason Hayward.
Jason Hayward.
3-2 pitch. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Calhoun has a read on it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
The center fielder.
Ready for another shot now. Ian Happ. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Swing and a liner. And that one skips up over the wall for a ground rule double.
Up next to the Cubs.
Hey, this is what every hitting coach teaches when you start playing baseball. Don't try to do more than you can. And hit the ball where it's pitched, and he does a great job right there as he pushes it down the line nicely, and it bounces over for a ground rule double.
And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there. Josh Phegley will stay in the ball game, taking over the catch. Duties behind the plate. Nico Horn. Is into the ball game now as he'll take over out in left field. Hot shot toward third, but this will be speared at third, and that was self-defense all the way. One gone.
The first baseman, Christian.
Digging in once again, Christian Walker. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. Ripped down the line. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
Hey, that's a heck of an effort by the third baseman right there, selling out to try and save extra bases for the pitcher, but it got through.
At the plate, Cole Calhoun. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. From the belt, kicks and deals.
3-2.
Line toward the alley in left center, and a clean base hit, so he gets off the schneid, as they say, and is now 1 for 5 in the game.
No mistake what he was sitting on. Fastball middle of the plate, kept his hands back, stayed through the baseball, and delivers a hard hit line drive.
1-2.
Got him reaching there. Strike 2. Line to the right side, but a foul ball. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Has a look, now the pitch. Line drive to left. And that'll get down out there. The runner from second crosses the plate.
I'll tell you, they're posting video game numbers here. I mean, that's their 11th run of the game, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. Just an absolute onslaught from this offense.
A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. So standing in, Josh Rojas, and he's got the tough ones out of the way. Only a single, and he'll have the cycle. The 1-2. Hit out toward second. On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. Only 1 in the inning for Arizona. One more shot coming up will go to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Diamondbacks 11 and the Cubs nothing.
Archie Bradley enters the game from the pen, and because this is a non-save situation, it's evident that they're just trying to get him some work after having not thrown in several days.
Yeah, and this is all about just getting him some work, guys. He hasn't had a chance to come in and close the game out for several days now, so they're just hoping they can keep him sharp and give him a chance to pitch in a real game situation here.
3 balls and a strike to the Chicago leadoff hitter. Waiting next is Anthony Rizzo. In there on the inside corner. Don't know that he liked it, but it's a full count now, 3-2. Now the payoff pitch home. And could this be the start? It's a long way back, but the leadoff man is on base to start their final set of at-bats.
First baseman.
And now back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Stepping forward, Anthony Rizzo. He was able to reach base thanks to an error in his last at-bat. And that's through for his first base hit in this one. So he waited till the 9th inning, but he comes through here to extend the hit streak. That was close.
Yeah, Matty B, you see that wry smile of him coming out of the box right there. He knew what was on the line. He'd be lying if he didn't.
There's a lot of pressure on you because you're walking into that batter's box thinking, I have a nice streak going, and this is more than likely going to be my last AB. He comes through in the clutch.
2 balls and a strike to count. The 2-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Calhoun has a read on it. He makes the play. Runner tags and heads for third. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with 1 away.
Good read there at second base to know he could make it to third on the flyout. Now he's only 90 feet away with 1 out.
The 1-1 home.
2 balls, 1 strike.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Ready with 2 balls and a strike.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fast.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Peralta going back. This one's into the bleachers and gone. So a 3-run shot to left center. First home run of the campaign for him. And they're now on the board, though still well behind.
Wow, this is a tough one to swallow, right? You come in as a closer, and you're used to striking guys out and having 1, 2, 3 innings. And just like that, he's greeted with a bomb. Now it's time to regroup and hopefully get some outs.
To the plate now, Jorge Soler. Just got a piece of that one, perhaps shortening up now will get the ball in play. The Cubs are down to their final strike here. And it's fouled away. 3 runs already home here. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Hey, this is one of those tough outings as a reliever. Just have to keep throwing strikes and believe sooner or later this inning's going to turn around.
And this ball swung on and hit to center field, and this should do it. He's got it, and the Diamondbacks will put an end to their 3-game skid as this ball game is over.
It seemed like everyone had a hand in this win, and that's usually the case when you win a game by 8 runs. Feels good to dominate a game like that.
11-3 the final score in this contest. The Diamondbacks posted 15 total hits in the ball game. Alex Young claims the win out of the pen, his first. Kyle Hendricks allowed 7 earned runs to cross the plate in the losing effort. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
The final